Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 at 6.
Continuing coverage tonight, the former Rogue River teacher who faces 30 charges for the sex abuse of a former student made his first court appearance this afternoon. Jesse Orndorff was arrested on Friday following an investigation after a woman reported being a victim of her teacher. Thank you for joining us tonight for NewsWatch 12 at 6. I'm Haley Gravitt. We've been digging into the charges, and we were in court to see how he pleaded to those charges. He faces 10 counts each of sexual abuse in the second degree, rape in the third degree, and sodomy in the third degree. His bail is set at $500,000. And again, he did plead not guilty to all those charges, and court dates can vary in time. So of course, we'll keep you updated if it is pushed back or said to be earlier in the court system. We'll keep you updated on that story. Another top story for us tonight is our weather. Let's check in with Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman for a look at our conditions tonight. Matt.
Yeah, we have another winter storm moving in, Haley. So more rain, snow, and wind set to impact southern Oregon and northern California. A lot of clouds today. A warm front has been lifting through some very light precipitation out there. Snow levels have been climbing. Temperatures right now at 47 degrees in Medford. It's 35 in Klamath Falls, 40 in Montague, and 52 degrees in Gold Beach. As you can see from our Cascade passes, mainly just looking at some wet roads, but that'll change tomorrow. We'll get some heavy snow along the Cascades, and that's going to make for some difficult travel. Winter storm warnings have been issued for our Cascade passes. Notice the precipitation fairly light, but the more moderate to heavy rain is going to start to reach the coast late tonight. Winds will also be cranking up tonight. Some strong gusts for the coast, Rogue and Shasta valleys, and through the higher terrain in the region as well. Wind advisories have been issued for the Rogue and Shasta valleys. Gusts over 50 miles per hour possible for you folks. And then along the coast, we have a high wind warning where gusts up to 65 miles per hour will be possible. So mainly just light precipitation for most of the region overnight. Winds will be picking up. And then tomorrow we got a wet and windy Wednesday. Most of the widespread and most significant precipitation will be through the morning and early afternoon hours. Things will taper off as we head into the evening. We'll talk more about tomorrow and how things will play out with rain and snow, details on amounts, and a look at your forecast towards the weekend as well coming up. Haley.
Matt, thank you. And tonight is a very special night for Sparrow clubs happening right now. They're announcing their cast reveal for their biggest fundraiser of the year, Dancing with the Rogue Valley Stars. NewsWatch 12's Brinkley Hill is at that cast reveal right now. Brinkley, I'm a little biased to last year's lineup, certainly not because I was in it or anything, but I can't wait to see this year's cast. It sure is an exciting night. Let's meet some of them.
Well, Haley, here we are. This is the cast and crew. Raise your hand, cast. Say hi. And that does include our morning crew, which is me, Sarah, and Damien. We'll have more on that coming up at 6:30. But I am joined by Matt and Keena Sampson. So tell me a little bit about Dancing with the Rogue Valley Stars and what this means for you guys.
It means everything to us. Dancing with the Rogue Valley Stars is now in its 16th year. This is going to be our 16th show, and it's the biggest, most significant fundraiser for Sparrow clubs that we do all year. So literally, it means everything.
And I know last year's crew, Haley, like you said, we have big shoes to fill. You guys broke the record of how much was raised. What are you guys hoping for this year?
Well, we're hoping, we always have a goal of breaking 100,000, but, you know, records are meant to be broken. Last year we raised $172,000, so I don't know, I think this crew might be able to do it.
What do you think, guys? Can we do it? Haley, I think that's a pretty good challenge for you. We have some background on Dancing with the Rogue Valley Stars on our website right now, so please go check it out. We'll be back here live at the cast reveal party at 6:30 for more information for you guys. Live in Medford, I'm Brinkley Hill with the cast of Dancing with the Rogue Valley Stars 2025.
Excited to see Brinkley and the morning crew in their dancing shoes. On to a scam alert tonight. The Josephine County Sheriff's Office is warning residents of Bitcoin scams. Scammers pose as being from PayPal, Norton Antivirus, LifeLock, and law enforcement demand or beg for money. They can sometimes tell you facts about your life to appear as though they're legitimate. If someone insists on paying through Bitcoin or gift cards, something is definitely wrong. If contacted by one of those scammers, hang up the phone and call the actual business number to verify any claims. And the United States Forest Service is starting to see layoffs due to the Trump administration's attempts to cut back on federal spending. Damian Alvarado talked to a former U.S. Forest Service employee who was laid off last week and now sharing his concerns tonight.
It feels pretty bleak. I just lost my job, and the people that are left are not happy. The morale was low already because it's been kind of difficult. There's good people there. They will try to do what their job is.
Former employees are speaking out, calling their recent layoffs illegal firings. Sean Anderson was a forestry technician who received a letter and a phone call last Thursday letting him know he is no longer employed.
I don't put any of this blame on any of the local people from the Forest Service here. All the way to the highest management locally, they have nothing to do with this.
Anderson had been with the U.S. Forest Service for years as a seasonal hydraulic technician. He managed everything from hydrology work to wildfire crews. In March 2024, the agency's website shows that they offer permanent seasonal positions, which to Anderson seemed like a step forward. But with Trump's latest push to cut federal spending, it left Anderson and others who were listed as probationary workers with uncertain futures.
If you care about your public lands, if that's something that matters to you, call your local Congress people, make those calls, let them know that, public lands matter to you.
Our news team found out that a D.C. law firm, James & Hoffman, is pursuing potential legal action on behalf of these probationary employees who faced mass termination. I reached out to the U.S. Forest Service asking them how many people were fired and how this is going to impact them doing their job. They responded to us saying they received our message and will follow up as appropriate. Reporting in Medford, I'm Damian Alvarado.
The USDA also responding tonight. They say they made the difficult decision to release about 2,000 non-firefighting employees from the Forest Service. They say Secretary Rowling says that he is committed to essential safety positions and will ensure that critical services remain uninterrupted. Over in Klamath County, residents will have the option to vote this May on a new proposed public safety service district. This district would serve eastern Klamath County, aiming to meet public safety needs like emergency response, crime prevention, and community safety initiatives. The district would be funded by an $89 tax lot within its boundaries. A yes vote creates the district, imposes the tax, and provides funding. A no vote rejects its creation. And Pacific Power customers in the Mount Shasta area will have more reliable electricity by the end of the year. That's according to Pacific Power, which announced today it's improving local infrastructure to reduce wildfire risk and build a stronger system. Here's Tim Kodadama with more.
Pacific Power is finishing a project in the Mount Shasta area, replacing power infrastructure to address the growing threat of wildfires. The company tells me customers will be notified of any service interruptions.
The customers will be notified well ahead of time via a door knock or a phone call. If there's no one home at the time of the door knock, we'll leave a door hanger with information on it for those customers.
So far, Pacific Power has already installed covered conductor lines across 46 miles of the area and has just 10 more miles left.
When these lines are installed, there is a much lower risk of a spark coming from the lines when there's interference. And there's also less of a likelihood that there will be an outage for small events like an animal interference or a small branch or a balloon touching the lines.
We saw this in Talent last year when a squirrel made contact with Pacific Power infrastructure, causing an outage. Gutierrez tells me that Talent does not have covered conductor lines installed, as installation projects take several years to design, permit, and build. That said, the company already has plans to install those lines in Talent in the future. And it's not the only Southern Oregon community Pacific Power plans to make improvements in. Other areas include Medford, Ashland, Grants Pass, Klamath Falls, and more. In Southern Oregon and Northern California, I'm Tim Kodadamo.
And on some sports news tonight, it's just getting dark, but the Owls are already out tonight. Oregon Tech, SOU, final meeting between the two this regular season. Joining us live from Lithium Motors Pavilion, with the band, I might add, is NewsWatch 12's Luke Doughton. Luke, not only is this a cross-Cascades rivalry, but a top-ranked one as well.
Haley, the band has been hype already. It's a huge matchup. The number 3 Raiders taking on the number 22 Owls in the NIAI, and it has been a barn burner so far. A close game, 31-34 at halftime right now, and the crowd is hype as well. The students have been loud. The OIT fans have traveled well. Just a whole bunch of screaming. OIT actually jumped out to a pretty big lead to start. SOU able to bring it back. But of course, we're going to have the highlights of this game coming up tonight at 11. So make sure to tune back in. We'll also have the men's game, which is tipping off right after this. So make sure to tune in then. But for now, live in the Lithia Motors Pavilion in Ashland, I'm Luke Doughton.